Well, hello there, and thank you for taking the time to do this interview. How are you guys doing?
We are doing fine, thank you for
Yeah.
asking. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine as well. Yeah, it's a shame we cannot meet in person, but understandable, of course. So for those people who are not familiar yet about your band, can you briefly give us a history about Memoremains and how you guys met and so on?
We started in 2016. We had this idea of creating a band which combines metal and pop music, and we got together like from the moment where, and then we got together and we released our first single in December of 2016, and then it has been quite a roller coaster.
There are 5 members in our band. I'm the singer, Johanna. Nice to meet you. And
Mikko, keyboardist.
And Alexia, I play the guitar, and we have also Emily who plays drums and Aapo who plays bass.
So yeah, when I was first introduced to your band, indeed, you were described as a pop metal band, and I think that's a genre that is becoming increasingly more, common amongst metal music, but it varies a lot because there's also so much different kinds of pop music. So where do your pop influences come from?
There is a lot of different bands and artists where we get these influences. I example like as much maybe ABBA and Rammstein, um, Michael Jackson, or like if you know this Aqua from Denmark, they are Eurodance group and
Oh yeah.
all kind of uh, different styles. It's hard to name like one or two, but yeah, we all listen different kind of music.
yeah,
Maybe I think you have.
yeah. I have like used this line before, but I usually listen everything from Palma Fate to Disturbed or everything between those bands, and sometimes even heavier music, also metalcore or something like that.
Yeah, I think we don't have any limits in this band, so we get influences where we want and we just fix them together.
That makes for a unique kind of music, if I can say so. But what do you think sets you apart from all the bands that, also use these other pop elements?
Um, Maybe I think that we have this balance between the pop and metal, which makes some people very annoyed, and they are like too pop or
Too metal.
too metal or in some other part of. But I don't know.
We have the synth sound, which is very like unique, maybe.
Yeah.
And also we have the heavy part and disco beats. Sometimes it's like all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And as we said, we listen a lot of music, but still we haven't found any kind of band that makes as similar music as we are doing. Of course, there is some bands that make something like us, but it's not same.
Yeah.
So you've released quite a lot of singles in the past. How have the reactions been to the earlier released material?
I think that from the first single, it only has grown the feed streams. Of
Yeah.
course, people do listen more and more our music, and it's been like very upwards.
But already our first single got very good feedback and it spread very much. I think we were already very surprised how much people liked us already when we were not alone in 2016. But yeah, we have grown all the time, and I think this year has been very good for us. If you look the streams and views everywhere, it has a lot of growth.
We have tried to learn from every song that we have released and like try to get better to make music. And
we have done some, maybe not mistakes, but some kind of missteppings maybe, and we have learned from it, and we want to do things better, and not only the music but the marketing and everything. We are learning from ourselves.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of my questions. Like, if you look back on the first single you released 4 years ago and your debut album now, what do you think has changed?
The production, maybe. I think it's the first thing it comes to mind. But still, we do things like in our own way. We don't like to do things like it's things that has been already done. We do like improvise our songs and songwriting and take some live elements to it and all kind of thing. But if you are referring to music, how that has changed, I think that like in this album we have more variety in the songs. Our previous songs, they all have been single songs, so they are like 3 or 4 minutes long, and now when we are releasing the album there is like, for example, one 10-minute song there, so it gives us more freely
more different kind of songs and different kind of sounds, and like, for example, there is a ballad song and also that symphony, maybe 10-minute long song, and some heavier stuff also. It's a combination of everything that we are.
Was it different for you to write the 10-minute song, or is it kind of the same process?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's harder, of course, because 3-minute song is like start point and end point, and then something happens there. But with this 10-minute song, it doesn't stop there. It needs to grow again, and it needs to have this atmosphere still going through the whole song. It's hard, definitely.
It was also like very challenging to write the lyrics, because you have to like keep the main point through the whole song, but at the same time you need to like put something new in every chorus, every like line to it. So it was very hard, but exciting.
Yeah.
Your debut album is called The Cost of Greatness, which is also a track on the album, of course. Why did you choose that song to be a title track? Do you think it's the most representative song of the album, of your sound, or?
Now that I'm remembering it, I think the name of the album became first, and then this song became that titled song. I think that was the process. So the album name came first, and then by an accident this one song came.
And I think we had already in the beginning the idea that we have a longer song in the ending that has the name of the album.
Yeah, that became somewhere. Yeah.
What does the title represent to you thematically, and does it also connect to the other songs?
Yeah, actually, one guy told us that, oh my God, you are doing so epic title, and you are just starting your career. Like, how great do you think you are? But
it's not about us.
Yeah, that's true. It's not about us. There is always a cost of doing anything, but I think that if you are anyone are doing like something in your life and that's important, it takes time from doing other things at the same time, so it has price. And I think that's the one theme of this song and the whole album itself. It's
Yeah, I think the last song like brings everything together, and we at the beginning when we just like we're just planning the album, we thought that we had the one goal and we want to reach that goal, and this song is about we're going to do to reach that goal. So it's like brings the whole album together.
So can we then like conclude that most songs you write are about your personal lives and whatever inspires you and that sort of stuff?
I think that there is very little our personal life in our songs. Of course, when you see a movie or some culture anyway, you spread it from your own life, but
Yeah.
Not so personal information there. I think.
Yeah. But there's always like because I don't know about everyone else's mindset and what they are thinking. The only thing that I know is what I'm thinking. So we like I think we always put part of ourselves in the songs.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean that they are like that we are
Diary.
telling like things that are actually happening in our songs, and we are also using a lot of metaphors and that kind of stuff in our songs.
Now let's talk more about the songwriting. How do you guys usually start with writing your material? Is it like a group effort by jamming, or is one of you the main songwriter, or how does it go?
Before this album, it was, I think, mainly from my demo songs where I had some riffs and melodies and chorus, and then we like together arrange it to its final form. But with this album, we had a lot of ideas from everybody, and then we just all arrange songs. Johanna writes most of the lyrics, and we all like to bring our thoughts to it and discuss about what it should or maybe would sound.
Yeah.
But I think we haven't done any songs by jamming, so it begins always that someone starts making song and brings the ideas to other ones, and then we arrange the song to the end. But yeah, we haven't done anything by jamming.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Actually, yeah.
Is that something you're interested in with experimenting as well in the future, or does it work for you fine the way it is?
Yeah, actually, we have been in talks about like going to somewhere like for the weekend and just jam there with acoustic guitars or something and that kind of stuff, but not right now.
Yeah, and I think we are open to all kind of options for making music. We're not like stuck to one style.
Yeah, there's a lot of big bands actually who do this kind of going to the summer cottage thing and write their music there. So I think it might be an interesting process as well.
That's the one we are doing.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the songs on the album, I know this is a difficult question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What are your favorite songs and why?
Oh. This is a hard one.
Yeah, really hard. It's easy to fall in love with the single songs because they are so catchy and they have music videos now. I think still they are the most loved ones, but I must say that the last song, The Cost of Greatness, which is this 10-minute song, it has so much effort and so much work there. So I think that's the one of my favorite, at least.
Onko se kysymys niinku albumista vai?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, always when I listen to the album, I change my opinion about the best song on the album. So I'm not sure which one of those it is, because I think all the 10 songs are very good, and it's very hard to pick one of them. And always it's different which one of those sounds best. So I don't know at all.
Oh, I don't know either. It's very, but maybe I have to go with the Cost of Greatness too, because it's like there are so many new things that we are like so many sides that we're showing about us
For the first time.
Yeah. So and it was a big challenge to us to make that song also. So
yeah. One point of view, we haven't played these songs live not many times. We have only played this year 3
Eternal Fame, Bring It On,
Founding
Heart. Yes, 3 songs.
3 songs, yeah. Because the coronavirus thing, we don't have had so many live shows, but Bring It On has been a song that has got the audience very excited. So that's one point to make one special song from there.
Yeah.
The live feeling.
Yeah.
You mentioned before as well that you try to bring like this live feeling to your songs in general. Do you guys always have in your minds while writing the music like, oh, this is how we're gonna perform it live, or how does it usually go?
I have that feeling a lot when I write the songs. I think myself that the audience is like jamming or shouting the chorus or that kind of style. That's very much in my mind when I write the song. Yeah.
It depends. Sometimes I don't think that like at all, but with like the catchy songs and it has like the strong rhythm or something like that, it comes to my mind also, the live thing. Yeah.
Ballads are maybe not like it's harder to imagine.
Yeah.
But of course there can be lighter there.
So I also read that your debut gig at Bar 15 was chosen as the best gig of the year at that venue. What do you remember about that show, and why do you think your show was that, like, because a debut show being chosen as the best gig is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did our first gig very late because we had been a band like 2 years already, and we had released a lot of songs before we did the first show. So it was very special also for us. And actually, it was sold out half an hour before we even started. And it's not even very small place. There can be like 100 people. So it was like sauna before we started. I think there was like 30 degrees in the cellar. So, but why we got the best gig of the year trophy? I think the show was very good. We played very well, and audience was amazing. People already knew the lyrics of the songs and sing together with us, and it was very great feeling to play that show. And I'm not surprised it was the best gig of the year.
there was really feeling through the night, and we all enjoyed it very much. And it was a big night for us, and it was a big night to all our friends and fans, and like there was so much effort put into that night, so and it went like very well. So
Yeah, there's actually clips from that show in YouTube. I think there's 1 or 2 songs there which can be seen. So
yeah.
Now, for a band that finds it very important to play live and clearly has some kind of energy as well live on stage, how do you feel about these alternatives that have been going on, like streaming concerts and that sort of stuff? Is that something you guys are interested in as well, or do you prefer to keep it with an audience?
streaming itself is a very good thing. We are actually doing this live stream in next week, Thursday, 15th of October. We are presenting our album, pre-listening it with our viewers, and we are commenting the making process and the behind the scenes stuff. We are not playing during that stream. We are only pre-listening the album. But we have plans to do these live shows with streaming services, but we haven't done it yet with multiple cameras and stuff. We were super excited about doing live show this fall, but it seems now there are not gonna be much shows, so maybe that's what we must do now to focus on these stream services. Maybe next spring it's gonna be same thing, no live shows.
You never know. The situation is like kind of hard at this point, but we'll see. Hopefully.
All right. So, at this point, I would ask you for your further plans, but we've already kind of we know what's going to happen with shows and all that. So I think I'm mostly through my questions. Do you have any last words you want to share with people watching this video and your fans, of course?
Well, our fans can pre-order our debut album from our websites, memoremains.com. If you haven't done it yet, do it now. There is also cool merchandise, t-shirts, and everything. Go and what you want for yourself. And we have also Memoremains Squad, which is some kind of fan club where you can join free right now. So do it also.
And join our YouTube stream next Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.